everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be slightly different to something I usually do. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about one of my rare illness, not one of, I only have one. I'm talking about my rare illness. Now this illness is something I'd never heard of before and I'm still very unfamiliar with it, it's still quite new to me. So I thought I'd share it with you just to see if anybody else is suffering with the same thing or if I can help others that've got similar symptoms. I'm not doing it for sympathy or anything like that, I just want to get my illness out there, get it more known and see if anybody else has it as well because it's so rare. So my illness is something called Behcets Disease. I think I'm saying it right, I'm not sure. About less than a year ago I was coming up with really bad mouth ulcers in my mouth, canker sores, whatever you want to call them. I had about 10 in one go. I'd have them all on my lips, on my tongue. I'll show you some pictures. They were so painful to like eat, drink. They weren't just normal mouth ulcers, like most people just get one. You know how painful one can be. Imagine having 10 of those in your mouth. I was getting random spots coming up on my body, like little red spots. They weren't like, I don't know. And they were like scarring my skin. I was tired all the time, I had no motivation. I just didn't want to do anything. I was getting aches in like my fingers, like I was getting aches through the whole of my fingers, aches in my legs, aches in my arms, getting watery eyes, I was off balance. Another thing I was getting was, well not getting, at one point I've got like scars on the side of my face here which I cover with makeup now. I had these spots come up and they literally looked like popcorn on the side of my face. It was disgusting. I'll show you a picture. Disgusting, right? So all these sort of symptoms I was googling, as you do, everybody goes on Google to check their symptoms. And that's when Behcets disease come up. And I went to the doctor and she didn't really know what was wrong with me either. So she was on her computer and she googled it and the first thing she said was Behcets. And I said to her, that's what I found as well. So this is how rare it is that even the doctor didn't really know what it was. So she was putting me on different antibiotics and they weren't really working, so she sent me for blood tests, then she sent me to see a dermatologist at the hospital. Now when I went to the dermatologist, he also didn't have a clue. We heard him go into like the other room and he was on the computer and we could hear him typing and I was saying to him, I bet he's on Google, and he actually was. And then we heard him on the phone and he was on the phone to someone and I heard him say, I've got a girl here who we think has got Behcets disease. So he comes back out and he tells us and we say we already kind of knew that. And he says to me that he's going to put me on steroids just to see how they go. I'm still on steroids now and I've been on steroids since, I want to say, July last year I was put on those. Now every morning I have to take my steroids, but it's so annoying because I have to take, when I wake up I have to take a stomach tablet. They're called, what are they called? Lansoprazole. So I wake up, take my lansoprazole, and then I can't eat my breakfast for a half hour to an hour after that. So I have to rely my morning around my tablets and it's really annoying because I want to just get up and eat. I take that, then I have to eat my breakfast and then I have to take my steroids. At first I started on about 6 steroids a day for a week. I had to take 6 in one go and I was like, wow, that's a lot of tablets. And then gradually they wean you off of them. I'm now down to 2 steroids a day and I think I'm getting a bit immune to them now because they were working. I was not getting ulcers or anything like that, but now I don't know if you can see, but I've got ulcers coming back in my mouth. I've got an appointment in the London hospital, Behcets Hospital, coming up in February, so I will keep you updated with what they say because obviously you can't stay on steroids for a long time because they're really bad for you. So hopefully I'll be taken off of those and I think I'm going to be put on something else, but I'm not sure. Being on steroids, you get given a steroid card. Basically you carry this around with you everywhere you go just in case like you collapse or something like that and have to call the paramedic, and then the paramedic can look at this and see what you're taking and they know what dose and stuff you're on. I've never had to get this out, but I just keep it in the back of my phone case. I've got it on me at all times. Not that anyone would know it's in there, but I know it's in there. So yeah, I kind of have to carry that everywhere I go. It just looks like that and inside it just tells them what dose you're on, how long you've been on, how long you've had this card for, your name, where you live, your number, so it's all in there. If you are interested in knowing more about Behcets disease, then I will leave a link below. As I say, it is really rare and I had not had a clue what it was. I still Google it now. Basically what it is it's a rare and poorly understood condition that results in inflammation of the blood vessels and tissues. So my immune system mistakenly attacks healthy tissue. It's not hereditary, doesn't run in the family, can't catch it, it's just one of those things and unfortunately I'm the unlucky one. The worst thing it can lead to, which does scare me, is blindness and I do get watery eyes and my eyes are quite bad anyway. Hopefully it won't go down that road and I'll have appointments to the hospital and stuff, so they will check all of that. Just a scary thought really, knowing that I've got this for the rest of my life, but you kind of learn to live with it. I've kind of got used to it because I've been suffering for nearly a year now. But the thing is, I've been waiting for this appointment since the 31st of July to go to this London hospital, and I finally got an appointment, but that was for me ringing them, because I kept ringing them and saying, look, I've not had an appointment, and they were like, well, we've sent out a letter. I was ringing between the two hospitals, and basically I sorted it out myself, so I finally got myself an appointment. So I'll keep you updated on that. If you are interested in any more information, then please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. The amount of times I went to and from the doctors just to find out what was wrong, basically. Like, you know your own body. If you know something's not right, don't be afraid to ring the doctors and go back as many times as you need to. You know your own body. Like, I knew something wasn't right, and finally I know it's taken nearly a year, but finally I'm getting somewhere with it. So what I'm going to say is, don't be afraid to ring the doctors and go back as many times as you need to and get yourself sorted, because eventually you will. It might take a lot, but you'll get there in the end. If you are suffering with this as well, then I'd be interested to know like how you're dealing with it. So yeah, just leave a comment below or message me or whatever. You can follow me on my social medias, all the links and everything will be down below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thanks for watching, guys. I've done too much talking. I'm losing my voice. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.